morning, President Kizia Joy.
Good morning.
If you were president for one day, what would be the first thing that you would do?
The first thing that I would do is eat lots of biltong, but not too much.
Who would be your vice president?
My vice president would be my friend Salke.
If you were president, how would you spend your days?
I would spend my days making sure that everything went well. And I would also spend the days that were hot in a swimming pool.
What would you do to make this country better?
I would make sure there was no arguments and nobody was being racist to anybody.
What would be the best part of being president be for you?
That you get to basically do whatever you want.
And what would be the hardest part?
That you have to work lots.
Cut. Thank you very much, Kizia Joy. Morning, Zara.
Morning.
If you were president, what would be the first thing that you would do, Zara?
I think I would build a lot of buildings and they would feed people that are homeless, and so they wouldn't die of starvation, and build a lot more shelters.
Who would be your vice president?
I think I would take my mom as my vice president, and maybe my little brother can learn a little bit from my mom being the vice president.
If you were president, how would you spend your days?
I think I'd help people, but on the weekends and stuff, I would just relax.
How would you make this country better if you were president?
By helping people and by making sure nobody dies of starvation, and
What would be the best part of being president be?
the best part would be having people listen to you.
What would be the worst part?
The worst part would be that you have to do a lot of work and that there are people that won't want to listen to you and rebel.
Is there anything else that you would like to add, Zara?
I think I would make a law that everybody should plant a plant, or whatever type of plant it is, they can plant a plant every year.
Thank you very much, Zara. Morning, Ezra.
Good morning.
If you were president, what would be the first thing that you would do, Ezra?
The first thing that I would do is that the first thing I would do is I would turn our park into a soccer field.
Who would be your vice president?
My vice president would be my brother.
How would you spend your days if you were president, Ezra?
I would spend my days split into several parts. In the morning, wake up, read the news, know what needs to be known. Then at lunchtime, had dinner with lunch with one of the presidents, discuss partnerships. Then in the evening, I would have time to myself and have fun.
How would you make this country a better country if you were president, Ezra?
I would make this country a better country by all the shack houses, give money to the people there so they don't have to build shacks, and then give them land to build houses. And places where they're left, I would make a playground, a school, and a place to plant plants.
What would be the best part of being president be for you?
The best part of being president, well, everything. Because basically everything you do will be better.
What would be the worst part of being president be for
Having to
you?
do a lot of work and making hard decisions.
Is there anything else you would like to add, Ezra?
I would like to add that keep on dreaming and keep on dreaming, and no dream is too big.
Thank you very much, President Skylar.
Good morning, Auntie.
If you were president, what would be the first thing that you would do?
I really try to do my best to help informal settlements, because from what I've learned, informal settlements, one job is to help with the shacks and build houses, but the one thing that they have done is build shacks, and that is not really helping the people in poverty, so I try to fix that.
Who would be your vice president?
My mother, who works for Future Elect, so I'll be there.
How would you spend your days if you were President Skylar?
I spend my days into 4 categories. In the morning, which would be meeting with other presidents, and in the afternoon, which would be lunchtime, which would really just be eating lunch, and mid-afternoon, which would be focused on just working really, and then nighttime, which would be watching news before you go to bed.
How would you make this country a better place if you were President Skylar?
By really just finding the problems in the flaws, because right now, especially in Cape Town, they have a problem with informal settlements and the way that they have been working recently. They have not been really helping, and relocation has been extremely slow, and by the time people get relocated, they're already on the streets and they've been lost. Like, you can't find the person that you were meant to relocate, and that is a honest problem which needs to be fixed. And I've heard about the trans problems in Ghana, which is also a very bad problem. So yes.
What would be the best part of being president be for you, Skylar?
For me, it would have to be the hard decisions, the incredibly hard decisions that tore you apart.
Would that be the best part?
The best part.
What would be the hardest part?
The elections.
Is there anything else you want to add, President Skylar?
Vote for me.
Thank you, President Jet.
Good morning.
If you were president, what would be the first thing that you would do?
I would help other people, and I would also make my complex a celebrity holiday.
Who would be your vice president?
My brother.
How would you spend your days if you were president?
I would rest a lot, well, as much as I could, and I would go watch soccer matches and play soccer also.
What would you do to make this country a better country if you were president?
I would try make the soccer team better, help lots of people, and make a better reputation.
What would be the best part of being president be for you?
Probably having all the power.
What would be the hardest part?
Not being able to rest.
Is there anything else that you would like to add, President Jet?
I'm the best, so you must vote for me and I'll help you.
Lydia,
Morning.
if you were president for a day, what would be the first thing that you would do?
The first thing that I do would actually, I do quite a lot of things actually at first, but one of the first things would be problems with people with no homes, so I would probably make a law that at least built them somewhere to live and gave them, like, if they didn't have enough money to buy food, maybe like 3 meals a day, because that is the right amount. I would not give them junk food.
Who would be your vice president?
That one's a hard one. I think my parents, because if they work together, they'll probably be the best vice president ever. No offense to the real one.
How would you spend your days if you were president?
I would probably try and help a lot of people, but then that would also be very, very tiring.
How would you make this country a better place if you were president?
Well, I would try and stop them from, first of all, harming the planet, and second of all, maybe help with providing certain people for certain types of arguments next to adults and teachers and stuff like that.
What would be the best part for you if you were president?
Helping other people because I really like helping.
What would be the hardest part?
Probably tough decisions.
Is there anything else you want to add, Lydia?
I would definitely make sure that, people have a nice time, well, as much as I can.
Thank you very much, Lydia.